Everybody,
The 29th of November, Rabbi Furst, Pierke Avos.
yeah. Okay, good morning again. This is Rabbi Shlomo Furst, Yeshiva Samanafshi here in Yerushalayim, care of Zoom. We are currently learning the Indian of Torah Lishma, and we, as a background, we're getting the Medrash brought down by the Dov Soloveitchik, and we're learning the Pshat in the Medrash Apir of Chaim. I think we wanted to do a review of paragraph number
15.
15. We were going to do a review of 15. Yeah, Imkain, Monolam, yes. Right, very good. Okay, who would like to read? Any volunteers?
Have you sharing the screen, please?
It should be coming up any moment.
Thank
You let
you.
me know if you see it.
Yes, it's on now. Thank you.
Okay, you've got your little red dot there by the 15. Okay, let's begin.
All right, should I read?
If you like, yes, please.
The Imkain Mana Lan Eich U Masai the Hifil Ule Nahug Alpi Midas Haemes O Alpi Midas Hashalom. If so, from where do we know?
Let me again, the if so, just to give him get the background again. The if so, if HaKadosh Baruch Hu was going to create man, who is a murakav, a combination of midas shalom and midas emes. So the question is, how can the two characteristics, the two traits, coexist simultaneously? Because there's going to be a necessity to compromise emes for the sake of shalom. In which case, if you have a compromise of emes, emes which is compromised is not emes. It's not emes. It's something else, but it's not emes. So that's the question that has to be resolved over here. In Cain, Monolon, how from where do we know hey umasai? Meaning, since now the Medrash said that the Kadosh Baruch was hashlich emes la'aretz, that emes was cast to the earth, and then the next pasuk says, and from the earth, the truth will grow. So we have to now know eich v'masai poel v'noig alpi minas emes or alpi shalom. Okay, go ahead.
How and when?
No, it's part of it. Part of it.
How and when to act and behave in accordance with the characteristic of truth, and in accordance with the characteristic of peace. V'al zeh ne'amar b'midrash anal natal emes b'hashlichu la'aretz v'kulei. Concerning that question of how and when to behave with each of the two, it says in the Midrash above that Hashem threw truth to the earth. Amru Malachei Hashares Lifnei Ribon Ha'olamim Ma Ata mivazeh taksis aliti kasai shalcha to Allah emes min haaretz. Okay, so they said, the angels said in front of Hashem, or how could you disgrace your chosen minister to send truth? I'm sorry, to bring up truth from the earth.
Right. So they were the question was now that seemingly by casting Emeth from the heavens to the earth, that seems the Malachim are making a statement, a claim that that's a disgrace to the cherished minister of Hakadosh Baruch Hu, which is Emes, which is also therefore Tala Emes Minas. They requested that Emes be brought up from the earth, and not to leave it cast to the ground.
Well, sorry, what does it mean that Shem, what was the significance of it, that he cast Emes to the ground?
Well, because we came to the conclusion that if there's going to be a necessity to compromise Emes, so that's not going to be Emes anymore. So therefore, it's going to has to be cast away, right? So that's the symbolic understanding of what the necessity of casting Emes la'aretz, because now that Emes is going to be sacrificed for the sake of Shalom, so Emes can't exist anymore. So if Emes can't exist anymore, so if it can't exist in man in the lower realms, right? So it can't exist in the higher realms either, right?
So why not just obliterate it, destroy it without casting it away?
Well, there's a reason why it's going to be cast to the earth, because in the earth, that's where it's going to be, right? As the next pasuk said, it's going to sprout. Truth will develop from the earth, meaning with the truth in this, it's going to be somewhat transformed, meaning in the spiritual realms, so truth can exist as a paradigm of excellence and perfection. But in the physical realm, so truth has to be reformed in a way that it can still be true, but nevertheless sacrificed for the sake of Shalom. So that's going to be only possible here in the lower realm, in the physical realms.
Thank you.
Okay. Sure.
Tehakavana al haTorah shehi emes me eretz titzmach, that the intention of the Torah is that truth should sprout from the earth. De his ora megadira umekavanas es haadam matai le nahug al pi midas emes umatai le nahug al pi midas hashalom. That the Torah limits and directs a person when to behave in accordance with the characteristic of truth, and when to behave in accordance with the characteristic of shalom. Dehatorah madricha es ha'adam eich lichayos chayav uve'ezer midos lehatinchag, that the Torah is in a level or elevates, I guess, elevates the man. What is madricha in this case?
Right, but it says here the kavana ala Torah she emes me'eretz. It's the kavana is that the Torah is what the truth is going to be, growing, sprouting from the earth. That the Torah magdira u'makavenes es adam, that the Torah guides and directs a person. The Torah is going to guide and direct a person into when he shall be acting according to midas of emes, and when he's going to act according to the midah of shalom. So the Torah is the guiding mechanism by which a person learns to behave and act either according to truth or according to peace, shalom.
Okay, it's the next sentence that I was having trouble with. The word madriga, madricha.
Madricha, a madrich is a guide, right? A madrich. So the Torah guides.
Guide, okay. So that the Torah guides the man how to be obligated, and with these characteristics to how to behave. Masai Omrim Yaakov Hadin Es Hahar Umasai Omrim Bikesh Shalom Uridfahu. When to say that the mountain has to be uprooted, and when to say seek peace and pursue it.
Right. Okay, so in order to have these two traits, the trait of emes and the trait of shalom, coexist and to function properly, so therefore we have the Torah, which is going to be our guide and direct us properly how to use these two characteristics in the proper time and then use them in the proper way.
Now, what did the angels ask Hashem first? Why did you, or did they ask him to take it back up again?
The first question was why was emes being cast off? That was the first question.
Okay, and we had that answered that it was going to seed. Okay, all right. I had the impression of casting as something sort of, thrown down like that, sort of, rather than placed down with gently, respectfully on the ground.
Right. No, it was hashlich. It was thrown, cast. Right. It was cast.
Yeah. So why wasn't it that seems like quite harsh. Was that
Yeah,
wrong?
that's what I said the other day. It could be that when Emis impacted on the Earth, it could have maybe that was the meteor crater we see out there in Arizona over there. That's where that could have been impact. It was an impact. It was a very catastrophic thing. Definitely catastrophic for sure.
Hmm. Yeah, I would have imagined that after all the work that MS was doing, that it would be retired, so to speak, more gently. Anyway,
Okay. Yeah.
anyway, yeah, and just I can't see MS and truth and peace not being together. I can't see it. But anyway, that's they seem they need each other. But we'll go.
Well,
But when you said the Torah is going to show us what to do, so that's I'll leave it there.
Well, the example that we gave of that, Roy, was when your wife asks you, "Does this dress make me look fat?"
Yeah.
So Emis says that, I'm assuming it does make her look fat.
Mm.
Emis says that the answer is yes. But Shalom says the answer is no.
Right.
So that's how they can't coexist.
Yes, they can. You can say it in a way that will be right, somehow or other, with Hashem's help. You can say, well, I think you look really beautiful. I would prefer, though, that you had a different dress for this occasion and wore that for another occasion, or something like that. And then she goes on at you because she specially picked out that dress. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I retire.
I think you should seek guidance from a marriage counselor.
Right.
The answer is no.
That's the machlokas base Shamay base Hillel. Kate's in Moroccan Lifnei Akala, right? You remember the Mishnah there? Kate's in Moroccan Lifnei Akala, right?
Yes.
So just succinctly, there's a machlokas base Shammai base Hillel. What you're supposed to say, right, to the chassid, right, about his kala, right? So Beis Shammai says, right, you should say the emes, right? You should say the emes, and the Beis Hillel says no. You should say that she's very pretty and very nice, and you should even if she's not, even if she has two noses, she says, well, there's no one like her in the whole world. That's she's wonderful. No one like her in the whole world. Not so that's the machlokas Beis Shammai base So what do you say something the truth, irregardless of its consequences, or do you sacrifice the truth for the sake of the consequences?
Mm-hmm.
That right?
Your bride. I can see the beauty. I can see the beauty of your bride, the inner beauty of your bride, and it's manifest on the outside. And you're going to really have a wonderful time with Bezrat Hashem.
Yeah, well, okay. So, but the thing is, so
anyway,
right. So that's so
yeah,
again.
I agree. You have to lie, but still.
So that's exactly what the Beis Shammai Beis Hillel discussing. He says Beis Shammai says right, Kala Kamoshi. You tell it like it is. You tell her like she is. She's got three noses, and you'll never find anyone like her in the whole world, right? And Beis Hillel says no, Kala Noava Chasuda. She says, oh, she's a Kala, beautiful and a wonderful character, right? So Beis Shammai said to Beis Hillel, well, let's say she's a hunchback or she's blind. Beis Shammai said to Beis Hillel, what are you going to tell the chassan if she happens to be, right, hunchbacked or blind, right? I'm reading law. You're going to say that she's a wonderful and most exceptional kala. The Torah says, "Medaber sheker tika," right? It says the Torah you should stay away from sheker. How can you say she's wonderful in all aspects and beautiful if she's a hunchback and blind? How can you say that? That's Beis Shammai saying to the Beis Hillel. The Torah says, stay far from a false state. So Beis Shammai says back, Beis Hillel says back to Beis Hillel, right? So according to you, let's say let's say a person, he came back from the Diamond District, and he wants to show you the diamond he just bought, and you see this is glass. This man bought glass. What are you supposed to tell him, right? What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to praise it for him, or you're supposed to steal his das. You're supposed to like him. You're supposed to do, right?
In that particular case,
so the Gemara goes on.
beg your pardon?
Yeah, go ahead.
On that particular case, I tell the truth.
Right.
Because it's not it might be an emotional thing for him for a certain degree, but it's still a diamond or piece of glass, and he's being ripped off.
Well, he shows the bill of sale, says no returns and no refunds.
Then they sue. I mean, you would. And such a thing is nothing like the personal problems that you get into with your wife and bride and stuff like that.
The point is, if he has no recourse, versus if he has recourse. If he has no recourse, then there's no point in hurting his feelings. You're not benefiting him.
Well, I wouldn't mention diamond or glass. I would just say that looks very beautiful.
Right.
Well, okay. So right. So anyway, that's the. I mean, it's a whole Gemara. It's a whole Gemara. There's no Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel are discussing this exact point, right?
Mm.
In business, you're allowed to tell the truth, and this guy that you bought it from is a gun.
Sorry, would you repeat that, Rabbi?
Chaim says in his book that even if in business you're allowed to tell the person who's dealing with the person, this guy's a gun and don't trust him. So
what's the gun?
That's whether it's business, people dealing with business, or whether it's a personal matter. When you talk about how the color looks and everything, that's personal, and you may have to fudge a little bit or something.
Right.
But if it's business,
well, no. If she's blind or she's a hunchback, that's not that's something which is not personal, right? You can assume nobody wants to marry someone who's blind or you're a hunchback.
Maybe he knows.
So the question, if he knows, then there's no machlokas.
Right.
If he knows it's glass, if you spent, you bought that piece of glass for $10. Oh, okay, that's pretty good, no problem. You spent $10,000 for that piece of glass. That's all of the story.
Right.
Right. Anyway, I'm just using that as a springboard to understand the machlokas, what we're seeing here in our medrash with the malachim. So you see that also it didn't the machlokas, the discussion did not end with the angels in Shemayim. It also came back here to earth as well with Beis Shammai and Beis Hillel. Let's continue on. Then paragraph 16.
V'al pizeh,
It should be near leave Beinai. It appears to me in my eyes.
Okay, so and concerning this, it seems to me that the Gemara in Yevamos says Le'olam yidvak Adam achar chalitza ve'achar hashalom ve'achar hapras nidarim. Le'olam, always you should yidavak. I'm not sure. What's yidavak?
Yidvak Adam Acher Halitza. A person should Yidvak actually means to be attached to.
A person should attach himself to chalitza. Chalitza, is that the procedure for not marrying a widow?
Right. Yes, that's right. A widow without children. Correct. Right.
And after peace, and after aprat nidarim, private vows.
Uparad nidarim, like to annul hafaras nidarim. The annulment of vows.
Okay, I have no idea what that sentence means.
Oh, so this is a statement in the Gemara in Yevamos that la'olam yidbach adam acher, meaning it's Chazal in the Gemara there in Yevamos are directing a person. The person should attach himself to these three things, meaning when it comes to a question of either chalitza or yibum, he should always choose that chalitza should be done. When it's a choice of shalom or something else, he should always attach himself to the aspect of shalom, achieving shalom, and also of hafaras nidarim. He should always endeavor to annul nidarim rather than to have them remain and establish them.
Okay, so it seems to me that this Gemara that talks about these three things are taking priority,
It requires explanation.
Requires explanation.
The kavanas hamaimer, the intention of the statement.
Concerning the intention of the statement in the Gemara. Vanira li, and it seems to me, de mitzad midas hashalom mitzad. I'm sorry, mitzvahs yibum kodemes lechalitza. It seems to me that from the perspective of the choice of peace, I'm sorry, the characteristic of peace, the mitzvah of yibum should take priority over chalitza. What is this abbreviation? The ayin.
Right, the al yedei, that through yibum, al yedei, through yibum.
That through yibum, mikayim shem la'achiv.
Hames.
Hames. He establishes the name of his brother's, his deceased brother.
Right. So the question is it's difficult to understand the intention of this statement because it would seem that from the perspective mitzad midas hashalom, from the perspective of peace, mitzvahs yibum should come before chalitza, meaning we're being taught a person should yidbak, choose chalitza, and he should choose shalom. But it would seem that the midah of shalom would force the hand that yibum should be done and not chalitza, because through yibum, that's mikayim, that's a continuation of the shame of the achi b'meis. The mitzvah of Yibum will bring forth a continuation of that dead brother's name, which seems to be was that Indian Chesed B'Shalom. That seems to be a aspect of being merciful and of bringing peace.
Amnam lepa'amim eino Ma'ibam l'shem mitzvah ella l'shem noi. However, sometimes it is not from Yibum that the name that it's a proper mitzvah. Rather, it's a noi. I don't know what a noi is.
The noi is because of beauty. It said Amnon. However, the Faimim occasionally einame yavnim l'shem mitzvah. Occasionally, the yibum would not be done for the sake of the mitzvah. El l'shem noi, rather only because of the sake of the beauty. He's interested in living with his dead brother's wife because she happens to be very nice looking. So he's not doing it to shame the mitzvah. He's simply doing it for the sake of having the opportunity of marrying his brother's wife, who's very nice looking. So that's not being done l'shem mitzvah. That's l'shem noi. He's doing it. He's doing it for the sake of the beauty of the woman.
So, in other words, rather than take the risk of that incorrect motivation, we go for chalitza.
Right. Since that incorrect motivation could interfere with the shem shemayim of the midst of doing the yibum, it's better to do chalitza instead of taking that risk.
The im kain la'ava
La'abashol. That's one of the Amoraim. If that's so, then according to Abba Shoel,
chalitza kodemes liyibum de'eno miskavein l'shem mitzvah. That chalitza takes precedence over yibum because it's not the intention to do it for the mitzvah.
Right. So that's exactly what the statement of a shol is pointing out. That really chalitza should take place over the mitzvah of yibum, because if he's not going to be doing it l'shem mitzvah, so then it's much better to do chalitza rather than yibum if it's not l'shem mitzvah.
The yehei b'yubum sheker ki'ilu oseh chesed, and it is that yibum is false, as if it was chesed, if it was kindness. So, in other words, yibum is falsely presenting itself as being kindness.
Right, meaning the intention is not really to do kindness. The person's intending simply just to fulfill his fantasies and his taivas with his dead brother's wife. and he's feigning to do the chesed with the wife, the ex-wife, the widower, the widow, and but it's really falsehood. It's not truth at all.
Ulefi ha emes belibo konasa l'shem noi, and because of truth.
Yeah, and according to the truth, according to the truth.
According to the truth in his heart, what is konasa? He acquires her?
Yeah, right. He's konosa, meaning he's acquiring her l'shem noi, for the sake of her beauty, but not for the sake of the mitzvah.
Im kain kan emes docha shalom. And if so, in this case, truth pushes off peace. V'nora v'nir'eh deshitat Abba Shaol Havoi Ha-Nahag Ha-Miyosedes B'midas Ha-Emes. And it seems, what is this? Desheyitas?
Right, that the opinion, the shitas abashol have, right? If the nearer the shitas abashol have, it appears that the opinion of abashol is
to behave
Amyusedes b'midas emes. It's established like Yesod is the foundation. So it appears that the opinion of Abishol is established on the principle of the trait of truth.
the im eino miyivam de kavana haroi adif lechalutz velo liyibam. That if he cannot do yibam with the intention that is proper, then he should do chalitza and not do yibam.
Right. That's what the midas of emes is going to prescribe here.
The chazinan mikan gavana de emes adif mishalom. That he goes back from here with his gaiva.
No, it says the gavna. It says the chazinin mikan gavna. We see from this particular case, mikan. We see from this particular case of choice between yibum and chalitza, the emes aidiv mishalom. That emes is more appropriate than shalom.
Okay, Fighter.
Good. Let's see. I think. Let's see. 17. I don't know. We're not going to finish 17. Let's start. We'll go a couple of lines into it. We'll see. We'll probably have to start again tomorrow with 17.
Ve'elu le'olam yidvak adam achar haparat
Hafaras Nidarim.
Hafaras Nidarim. uh, that a person should, I forgot what Yidvak was.
He should cling or attach himself to.
He
or
should
after.
he should cling to, she cling after nullification of vows. Mashma de boye gavna midas shalom adif midas haemes. It comes out from this that I don't know. Did behave gavna? I don't know.
Yeah, that either la'olam, and according to the statement la'olam yidbach adam acher baras nadarim, a person should always cling to the nullification of vows. Mashma, this implies the Bahai Gavde in this case, midas shalom adida idif midas hemes. It implies from in this case that the midah of the characteristic of shalom is more preferable than the midas of truth.
Because when you nullify the vow, there's a falseness involved in that.
Well, the reason why you want to nullify the vow is to set the situation in order, right? That the reason why you're nullifying the vow is because the vow is causing various unexpected or undesirable consequences.
Yeah.
So therefore, the truth is that a person should, if he made a neder, he should keep his word, right? A person says something, he's obligated because of the truth to keep his word, right? So, but here in the case where you see that the neder is causing difficulties because of the consequences of the neder, so therefore, because of the undesirable consequence of the neder, you're foregoing the midah of truth that would require you to make for the neder. And if you would leave the neder, there would be difficulties. So in order to prevent the difficulties, you're nullifying the vow, which is a compromise of midas, of emes, for the sake of shalom.
Why is it a compromise of emes? When you nullify a vow, you're finding a halakhically correct reason. Doesn't the court have to say, well, we're gonna identify that he didn't really mean it, or circumstances changed, or some halakhically correct reason to say that this vow should not be? Isn't that truth?
Not really, because the truth is, if a person says something, he should keep his word, right? That's the truth. The truth is, but he says something, he should keep his word. Person, and now you want to find a loophole, right? You just want to find a loophole that will allow him not to keep his word, but still, it's still involving a loophole.
I see.
Okay, look, let's stop with we'll begin again tomorrow with the beginning of paragraph 17, and that'll give us a few minutes to get ready for the next year in the Mishnah Brewer.
Thank you,
Thank
Rabbi.
you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.